Good morning, everybody. Today is a new day. It's Monday, May 12th. And today's it. My final is in just a few hours now. My formal Automata final. And, I think it's time to really get ready and start making my way out, getting ready to, leave, because a week from now is my graduation. And I just have to get through this one last final today, and then other than that, it's smooth sailing for the foreseeable future. And I just want to get over this exam once and for all. It's a half project, half paper based exam. The paper exam is only 2 questions on proofs, which I'm not really that confident in, so I don't know how that's going to be. But our project, I think we nailed our project pretty well. It just depends how my professor wants to grade us. I really hope he'll see the work we did on the final or on the project and then be like, yeah, they deserve the pass. Because honestly, I don't think I'm going to do too hot on the on-paper tests. With this professor and his classes, I never do well on the on-paper tests. The whole class doesn't ever really do well. On our midterm, only 2 people passed. 1 person got an A, 1 person got a C, and everyone else failed it. So just get an idea of how his paper tests are. But I have my exam, and after my exam, I'm gonna be taking some graduation pictures all over campus because my friend, he's got a camera. He's a bit of a photographer hobby, or does photography as a hobby. And I asked him if he could take some fire grad pics for me. So that's what we're going to be doing today too, because it's as y'all can see, it's the only nice day. It's nice right now, and it's this is the only nice day of the week. So it's pretty important I get all that done so I could be looking bougie, looking pretty crispy. And yeah, we'll just see how today goes. But I just have to get through this one final, which I'm going to get ready for now. And then at this point, I'll probably see y'all afterwards because, I just want to focus on the exam. And then I'll check in with you guys, letting y'all know how it came out. The exam is over. It's been over for quite a while now. Let me cut straight to the point. I passed. Not only did I pass, I had the best freaking design implementation in the class. That's what my professor told us. So let me break it down for y'all. So this exam for formal automata, it was on paper and a project. So the on paper portion was writing 2 proofs that were from the textbook, or homework problems from the book. And the project, which I already explained, but I'll say it again, it was converting a push-down automata to a multi-tape Turing machine. So that's what we did. And, we presented it, did pretty well presenting it. And afterwards, my professor was like, go stand outside the classroom if you want to find out your grades, and then we'll call you in group by group. So, skeptical, we all go outside. He calls in the first group. They get a B+. Calls in another group. I don't know what they get. And then he calls in the third group, which is my group, and he's like, I'm not giving you an A. I can't give you an A. I'm giving you an A+. Kind of scaring us, oh man, did we really screw up? But no, he was like, yeah, you guys had great implementation, great design, and it does what it needs to do. He's like, you passed the class. Obviously, I don't know what my grade is because he has to grade the paper proofs, and not gonna lie, I pretty much have a good feeling I did not do well on those, but that's besides the point. He said we passed the class because the project was worth 60% of the final. So, I'm feeling great. I don't got to think about this, at least for now. And, I got Starbucks, a brown sugar, shaken espresso latte, whatever the hell that's called, at my university. And you can see I have my robe in my back seat. No, not the robe, the gown. And a good friend of mine, he was taking a lot of pictures of me around campus, dripped out. If I have them by the time I make this video, I will post it or show y'all. But this is kind of how I was looking, pretty dripped out. You know, I got the cord and everything, so you know, it was pretty nice. My graduation is 1 week from today. I actually do have a lot to do. Not really schoolwork, obviously, but just like things to do around home, and like I gotta clean out my car, clean out my room, do what I need to do. Because next week I have my boot camp as well, so we'll see how all that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here for a minute, just relax, and then, because later tonight I'm taking more pictures. So I'm just sitting in my car now, just hanging out, and we'll see what happens. So I got my gown back on, as y'all can see. Looking pretty drippy, pretty spiffy. I got the cord, which for honors, my degree at my college thing. Yeah. Looking pretty cool. I'm about to go head out, take some more pictures. Yeah, we'll have a pretty interesting afternoon. Let me go get my hat on real quick too. How could I almost forget? Just like that. All right, let's go get some pretty. Let's get some LinkedIn pictures, some pics for Facebook. This is my camera that I'm gonna be using, so we'll go have a nice afternoon. I'm just sitting outside the library now, waiting for my boy. We're gonna be using my camera now, so that'll be fun. This is where I'm at. The library entrance is right there. It's on like the second floor. Take a look. It's a pretty cool stuff. So I'm over here, my friends, they're right back there. In case y'all thought I was lying, that like I have no friends because I never show anyone, but that's just me. I'm taking pictures and I wanted to hit the vending machine for the monster, the white monster, because this will be the last time I hit the vending machine on campus. And oh, someone left a bunch of quarters here. Thank you, boss man. The monster is $4.25. It's a complete ripoff, but what am I gonna do? I'm using these quarters up here that someone so generously left. And I gotta take my wallet out of my pocket. And this vending machine, it never works with cards, so that's why I never like actually get it. And that it's expensive too, so that helps. $7, A2 for the white monster. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me just crack it open real quick. That's delicious. So I'm gonna go continue taking pictures, having a good time, and we'll see what else happens. All right, so I'm done taking pictures now. I think they came out pretty well, pretty decent. You know, I was looking pretty spiffy in the sunset vibe, I guess you could say. But yeah, now it's time to start heading home, getting ready for the night, and you know, enjoy our last day as undergrads, because a week from today I graduate and I get my degree. Unfortunately, I don't have a job yet, but that's for me to figure out later. Either way, today was a pretty good day. I'm glad I passed my formal final, and yeah, rock on, let's go.
feel bad for that guy though, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Just driving home now.
And just like that, the day is pretty much over. You know, I got home quite a while ago actually, and I've just been hanging out, chilling out, you know, relaxing, not having to worry about any classes or school, which is great. You know, I could finally be free. And you know, this semester it was quite a ride. Had some difficulties. I don't even know if you could call them difficulties, but like had some setbacks. But hey, I got through it, you know. Didn't go exactly as planned. I planned on doing, or I had hoped that I would do a lot more, or I've gotten a lot more done, or just a lot more overall on self-improvement in general. That's something I really struggle with, but just because the semester is over doesn't mean I gotta stop. So all my goals are still in place, other than my education goals, because that's what I'm achieving and working on primarily. And you know, crushing my formal final, doing great on it, having the best presentation in the class, you know, that felt great. And honestly, I think God had to do a lot with it, because I spent all of last week working on it with my group. This morning I was really anxious, probably most anxious I've ever been for an exam or presentation. But once I got in the room, sat down, you know, all my emotions kind of settled, and I just I focused on it, and I, you know, did well, obviously, because I passed. So now I've officially, I haven't received my diploma yet or anything, but I have completed my undergrad in computer science. I have a bachelor's of science now, a BS in computer science. And you know, I got one more year of classes, one more year of school, and then I'm really done, I believe. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more school after next year, because I'm going to be going for my master's in data science as well, which I think will be a lot more enjoyable and a lot more fun, I guess you could say, than this semester. And not to say that this semester wasn't fun, it's just that, for example, my formal languages class, that stuff is just hard. I don't know, it's a different type of difficulty. I don't know how to really explain it, but I got through it. I ain't gonna bore you guys more, but that stuff is really interesting, on how all those different machines work and the theory behind it. But yeah, had a good day. Took a lot of nice pictures. I still haven't gotten them yet though, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to wait a few days for that, probably, because my friend, he said he was gonna edit them a bit, and I was like, if you don't mind, I mean, I could do my own editing, but maybe if my friend does it, he'll make it better. So that would be pretty fun. And yeah, had a nice day. Got a few events going on this week for graduating seniors, which I am, of course, so maybe I'll take you along for that. We'll see. But with all that said, let's quickly do the verse of the day. So today's verse is Ephesians, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Ephesians 2:10. Ephesians, I've actually never seen that word before. I'm kind of surprised. The quote reads, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them." I'll read it one more time. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them. Here is the quote. And I think this has to do with work ethic. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works. We all have a workmanship created for Christ, or within Christ, to do good works and good deeds. and that God ordained that we should walk in them, meaning that we should follow in those footsteps of good works and good craftsmanship and workmanship, and like just overall having good work ethic. That's how I think this quote, that's what I think this quote is really saying. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on it. But with all this said, this pretty much wraps it up for today. I'm feeling pretty tired. And I'm not gonna lie, I still do have a lot to do, but it's more just like chore work. Like I gotta clean my room. That's why I haven't really been showing my room, because it's a complete mess. I got clothes everywhere. Everything's unorganized. I just got stuff thrown everywhere. So that's what I'm gonna probably have to be working on this week, other than my events. But those events don't take all day, so I'll have time. And yeah, next week is my graduation, and then at the end of next week, I go on vacation. I ain't gonna say just yet, but y'all are gonna see exactly where I'm going. But with all that essentially said, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's cool little video. You know, finished school. Last day of my last final was today, so I'm finally free. And I'll see y'all real soon. Peace out.